I had my whole life planned for me up until basically when I got home from my mission that I served for my church. So when I went to, when I say like my whole life plan, like, hey, you're going to get your Eagle Scout. You're going to, obviously go on a mission for your church. That was a huge milestone for me, right? And my family. I wanted to do real estate actually. So in high school, I went and got all my aviation licenses, single engine, multi-engine, instrument, and helicopter because my dad did real estate. And what was so cool is I saw that my dad was making money flying helicopters with investors, showing them raw land. And so my whole goal was, okay, get my real estate license before I leave on my mission, which you leave on your mission at 19, have all the aviation licenses. Well, I left in 2007. When I got home in 2009, it's a 2-year mission. The real estate market was absolutely horrible if you had no money, which I didn't. And my dad basically retired. And when I got home, he was just like, hey, you got to figure it out. And not in like a rude way, but just like, hey, this this is over. I don't really have much for you. And that was like the loneliest time of my life because again, like everything was planned up until I was 21 years old. And now it's like, hey, you were going to do this career, go figure it out. I got recruited to go sell pest control for another company, Moxie. And long story short, decided not to go out that summer. And I started a mobile detailing company and quickly realized I didn't want to wash cars in Arizona summer for my whole life, making $20 a car. And my buddy got home from selling. He went out and sold, and he's like, hey, let's start this pest control company. And by that time, when I was recruiting for Moxie before that summer, I realized that like there's actually money in pest control. Like the owner was giving us his credit card and just saying, hey, I don't care how much you guys spend. Just make sure that there's guys knocking doors April 1st. So like we were putting money up, in the helicopter and the airplane, flying all over, between here, California, Utah, holding 3-on-3 tournaments, going out to these nice dinners, just, so I was like, dang, this is crazy. Anyways, my buddy talked me into starting this company. And if you would have told me I could have sold or been worth what I am today, I would have laughed at you because when I just started, it was like, hey, I'm going to make hopefully $200,000 a year and be able to provide for my family. Well, 3 years ago, no, it's been 4 years ago, I turned down an offer for $60 million because I just felt like there was more in the tank. And I'm so glad I did because obviously that was when we were doing about $15 million in revenue. We've increased it by 9 million in the past few years. And like, this is just a train that's not stopping because we care about quality. We care about service.
So there's a lot of people that play at the midline of pest control services. And they're doing okay. Like you said, that the owner's probably making maybe 300, 400, maybe $500,000 a year.
Yeah.
The company's doing well, but they're not killing it. And then there's other companies that are below that midline that the owner might be pulling out 100, 150, but they just can't figure out how to get enough techs hired to service enough people. What's the secret? Why have you been able to do it when so many others haven't?
Man, well, people laugh when I say, not laugh, but they're like, really? Like, that's it? We stayed true to our service. When we came into the industry in 2010, we were competing against like the nasty, I hate to say it, but like Burns Pest Control. You got this overweight guy with a beard. No offense, I love your beard, man, but it's like it was long. He was overweight. He was coming in the nasty van. There was an oil stain in the driveway. You know what I mean? It's just a dirty industry. He was in and out with a hand canister for 5 minutes. So when we started, we're like, hey, we're going to do things differently. But not only are we going to look differently, like we're going to service these homes differently. We're the first company to guarantee scorpion control, which is a big deal in Arizona. Like no one guarantees scorpion control because it's almost impossible to take care of them. But we did. And so we came up with this service that basically was like, hey, if we were going to treat our grandma every single day, like how would we want to treat her home? And we came up with that. And it was a truck mounted power sprayer that put out 10 to 15 gallons of product. The industry average is 2 to 3 gallons with a backpack. So we're putting six times the product on the home sometimes at these houses. We're spending on average 30 minutes at the home. Everyone else is spending 5 to 7 minutes. And then we're doing the little things, picking up, taking care of the spider webs and all that stuff. And so we created what we called, I'm wearing the shirt today, a premium service. And we just stayed true to our service. We didn't overload our technicians. At the time, the normal route would hold about 18 to 20 stops per technician. That's what all the companies were doing, all of our competitors. We capped it at about 13 to 15. And, when you're paying a technician hourly wage, the difference between 4 to 5 extra stops on a route is the difference between you being a profitable company or not. I didn't take money from Green Mango for the first 6 years. And we can get into that if you want. But basically, I reinvested everything. And I say that because like we weren't focused on the bottom line. We were just trying to get, hey, we want to be at 5 million, 6 million, 7 million, and we weren't making any money. And the problem is that I could have just said, hey, let's go down to 5 minutes. Let's go down to 18, 20 stops on a route, and I can be profitable like that. But I didn't. And then we had an amazing referral program. So with having an amazing service, an amazing referral program, people just kept referring us. And so I always like to boast, we spend a couple $1 million a year on marketing. And no matter where we spend it up until last year, because we just started spending so much more money on Google, customer referral was our leading source of new customers above anything else, radio, billboard, all that.
Hey there, it's the real Jason Duncan. Thank you for watching this video. We've got a couple other videos you might be interested in. There's one here and there's one here. But if you are an entrepreneur and you've ever thought about what it's going to be like when you get ready to exit your business, I'm the guy you want to follow. So make sure that you've subscribed to this channel and go check out the link in the description, therealjasonduncan.com. Check out the resources I've got for people just like you as an entrepreneur who's trying to get his life back, get her life back, get your time and freedom back. If that's what you want as an entrepreneur, if you're being trapped in your business, then I can help you get out of that. So go to therealjasonduncan.com. The link is in the description and check out one of these videos. I'll see you next time.